Hi, I am Sam Yogi. Today is September 3rd, 2025, and this is episode 39 of the Krishnamurti Podcast. In this episode, we shall listen to a question and answer session from J. Krishnamurti's third talk in 1933 at Ommen, the Netherlands. The question is your opinion of not being able to help anybody not illogical and even contradictory to your convictions? For by coming here, you give the impression of being able to help. After all, your writings are sufficient. The answer given by Krishnamurti is I will explain what I mean by not being able to help. Most people want to be influenced in one way or the other, and they think by coming to a religious teacher, they will be influenced in a right direction through the aura, atmosphere, etc. Being influenced along a particular line I call detrimental. I do not want to influence anyone. What the majority of people want is for me to give them strength, power, will to push them along right lines, to encourage them. I do not intend to help anyone that way because I think it is utterly false. To discover what is everlastingly true, you must be absolutely free of all influences. You must stand in the integrity of the aloneness, and then you will find out. Whereas what I can do by talking and writing is to point out, I cannot fundamentally help. To me, it is an erroneous idea that another can give you that living truth. None can give it to you. It must be born out of your own comprehension, out of your own experience. Experience is not going from one incident to another, but the comprehension of that incident with all its significance at the right moment, with the right attention, with the right attitude. I can make things clear, at least I can try to, and point out what to me are utter fallacies. And it is for you to act on that if you desire, out of your own thinking, out of your own comprehension, uninfluenced, without fear. Most religious leaders and organizations tend to increase and to emphasize the subtle fears and non acceptance of opportunities, which create fears and subtle influences, which you divide along a certain line. To these, to me, those things are utterly false. So I do not hold that my opinion is illogical. I am acting from that aloneness, from that eternal thing. I do not want to influence, and I don't want you to follow me. I say, to understand life, you must come to it with a choiceless mind, a mind that is free of time, that is no longer being consistent, which does not mean that it is inconsistent or must be inconsistent. So, For those of you who have been following these podcasts, Krishnamurti or K has spoken against a foolish consistency in one of our prior episodes. So do look into those. Now, let's summarize with first the key points what K just said. K refuses to help, within quotes, to help people by influencing or encouraging them along predetermined paths because truth cannot be given by another. Next point. Real discovery of truth arises only in freedom from influence and in the integrity of aloneness. Next point. Experience is not just a chain of events, but the total comprehension of each moment when met with full attention. And in attention, there is no center from which you are attending. Next point. Religious leaders and organizations often perpetuate fear and the non-acceptance of opportunities, keeping people conditioned and divided. So what does K here mean by non-acceptance of opportunities? The plain meaning is religious authorities create fear and control by preventing people from seizing the natural opportunities for insight, growth, and freedom that life presents. These religious authorities or gurus or masters make followers distrust their own capacity and instead depend on external authority. Every moment, to put it in other words, every moment is an opportunity to see directly without conditioning. But when the mind is burdened with fear, dogma, or influence, it resists these openings to see directly without conditioning. So, when the mind is burdened with dogma, fear, or influence, it resists these opportunities. This non acceptance of opportunities is the refusal, conscious or unconscious, to meet life as it is, to let understanding flower naturally. So, the point again is religious leaders and organizations often perpetuate fear and the non acceptance of opportunities, keeping people conditioned and divided. Next and final point. Understanding life requires a choiceless mind, free of time, free of consistency, and free of patterns. So, to summarize, K responds to the question of whether it is contradictory for him to speak and write while claiming he cannot help anyone. He explains that genuine help is not the transmission of strength, will, or encouragement from one person to another. Such influence creates dependence and is ultimately false. True discovery must come from one's own direct comprehension in each moment. K warns that religious organizations, by fostering fear and discouraging freedom, condition people into a non-acceptance of opportunities. For K and for us, the only way to understand life is to approach it with a choiceless mind, open, unbound, and free from influence. So we end the podcast here and we will be there tomorrow with episode number 40, which will be the next podcast. Thank you. You have a nice day.